In a busy city, there lived a teenage boy named Jide. Jide was a kind boy. He always helped his friends when they needed something and smiled at people he met. But there was one thing Jide did not like doing, and that was walking. He wasn't always lazy, but when it came to things he did not enjoy, Jide would say, "I'll do it later." Whenever his mother asked him to clean his room, Jide would say, "I'll do it later." When his father asked him to study, Jide would reply, "I'll start tomorrow." And when his friends invited him to help with a project, Jide would say, "Maybe another time." Jide always waited too long. One bright morning, there was big news at school. A football competition was going to be held, and the winning team would get brand new jerseys and a trip to see a real football match. The whole school was excited. Jide loved football. He loved watching matches on TV and imagining himself playing. But the problem was that Jide had not been practicing. He thought to himself, "I'll start training tomorrow," and then went back to playing his video games. But tomorrow came, and Jide still did not practice. He spent his time relaxing, eating snacks, and watching his favorite shows. As the competition day got closer, Jide started to feel nervous. He didn't know how to play as well as the other kids. On the day of the competition, Jide joined his team, but he wasn't ready. When the game started, he was slow, and he was tired because he hadn't been training. His teammates were running fast, but Jide was always a few steps behind. They lost the game, and Jide felt sad. "If only I had trained," he thought to himself, feeling a little ashamed. A few weeks later, Jide's teacher gave the class a homework assignment. It was a big one, and it was due on Friday. "Make sure you finish it by Friday," she told the class. Jide nodded and told himself, "I'll do it later." He didn't think it was a big deal. The days passed quickly, and Jide still hadn't started his homework. He kept saying, "I'll do it later," and then played outside with his friends or watched TV. Before he knew it, Friday morning arrived. Jide sat down at his desk, trying to finish the homework in a hurry. His pencil moved quickly, but the work was messy. He didn't even have time to check it. When he handed it in, his teacher looked at it and gave him a low grade. Jide felt embarrassed. He thought, "If only I had done the homework earlier." One afternoon, Jide's uncle came to visit. His uncle was a wise man, always smiling and sharing stories. Jide wanted to tell his uncle about the problems he was facing. "I'm having trouble, uncle," Jide said. "I keep waiting to do things. I always tell myself, I'll do it later, but later never comes." His uncle smiled gently and said, "Jide, a lazy person waits, but time does not wait." Jide looked at him, a little confused. "What do you mean, uncle?" Jide asked. His uncle explained, "Imagine you're waiting for a train. You stand there and wait, but the train doesn't wait for you. It moves on. If you keep waiting, you might miss it. The same happens in life. If you wait too long to do something, it might be too late. But if you take small actions every day, you can do big things." Jide thought about what his uncle said. It made sense. He realized that waiting too long had caused him to miss chances. "I'm going to change," Jide decided. "I'm going to start doing things right away." Jide's first step was to start practicing football every day. He didn't practice for hours, but he practiced for 10 minutes each day. He would kick the ball in the yard, run around the playground, and get a little faster each day. Slowly, he became better and better. When the next football competition came around, Jide was ready. He played hard and fast, and his team won. They got new jerseys and a ticket to the football match they had dreamed about. Jide felt proud, not because of the prize, but because he had worked for it. Next, Jide decided to start doing his homework every day. Instead of waiting until the last minute, he set aside a little time each evening to finish his schoolwork. The first time he did this, he felt so happy to turn in neat, finished work. His grades improved, and he felt proud of himself. Jide also started helping his mother without waiting to be asked. He would clean his room, take out the trash, and even help with the dishes. His mother smiled and thanked him, and Jide felt proud to be helpful. As the weeks passed, Jide's life changed. He was no longer the boy who waited too long. He was the boy who took action. His friends noticed the difference too. They asked him how he became so good at football, and Jide told them, "I didn't wait. I started practicing every day." His grades improved, his parents were proud of him, and his friends admired his hard work. Jide was happy. He had learned that small actions, done every day, made a big difference. And from that day on, Jide never said, "I'll do it later." He knew that if you want to win, you start now. The end.